question is there any event that can be announced that would be big enough to move a wedding where you would decide, we'll postpone the wedding, we'll push it off, we'll move it around somehow because we got to be a part of this thing. People are texting in. The whole reason is because some guy wanted to move his wedding date because of a Tool concert. That one, we put the veto on that.
Ex-nay that guy.
That's no good. Fortunately, I bet you he won't get married on the day that Tool is coming to town.
Oh, he'll be able to go to the concert
He'll
for
be
sure.
able to, I think he probably will.
He's free now.
Good chance. So texts are coming in. Philip says, birth of a child. As part of the people that are getting married or like either a family member?
It's got to be the people getting married.
Well, if a family, like let's say your maid of honor, your sister is about to give birth. Yeah, because what if she had to miss the thing?
You got to miss it.
That's ridiculous.
I'm not moving my whole wedding because my brother's having a baby.
Jessica says the bride goes into labor.
Yes, that's appropriate.
Car accident.
How serious?
and a fair discovery. Well, that's obvious. Clearly.
Oh, a fair discovery? Yeah, that's usually a reason. It's not really an event. I guess it is an event.
Victor says no event at all. What was it? This was a good one.
The show must go on for Victor.
Yeah, Jeff says the apocalypse.
Okay.
The apocalypse is happening. And I like this one, though. Brittany says her grandpa wanted her brother to move his wedding because of an Ohio State game. Her brother refused, and so her grandpa wore headphones with a portable radio the whole wedding.
Well, that's commitment. I mean, he was there.
Uh-huh.
He didn't miss.
Yeah.
He could have not shown up.
Typical Ohio State fan, priorities all out of line.
What are you talking about? probably a big game.
You have to take into account, especially if you're in like Ohio State country, Buckeye country, you got to take into account when you're planning your wedding, you just got to know most people are going to be having one eye on one thing, one eye on the other.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Here's what I think. I think you can't say never. Now, it depends on when, like how far in advance you know this, but I think you can move the wedding date, and here's when. When it's something you and your significant other, your fiancé, both agree on.
Yeah, you agree on it.
Like, let's say, here's an example. A big music festival gets announced. And it's like, oh, this is like 7 of our top artists that we want to see. You know what? And we've got plenty of time.
A music festival?
Yeah.
You're crazy. That's a terrible example.
That's a good example.
No, it's not.
Because you guys could share that moment. That'd be something that you love, and then you can still have the wedding. If you have the wedding that day, then you can only have one. And I'm all for having more special moments in life. The more special moments, the better.
I think you could move the wedding, but it's got to be for a good reason. And the other thing is, like, who's going to be the one to bring it up? You know?
Yeah.
Like, because if I bring it up, like, let's move the wedding, even if I think she might be on board for it, it's a huge risk. If I even propose.
It is risky.
That as an option, because I might be like, oh, no, she'll totally understand. And then she's going to be like, you really want to move the wedding? You would even consider that for the Super Bowl? For the Cleveland Browns?
Yeah.
I would. That's what I would consider it for.
Exactly.
If the Browns were the Super Bowl, we're moving the wedding.
If she's not a big enough fan of the Browns to move the wedding for the Super Bowl, then the Browns being in the Super Bowl.
But at the same time,
then you shouldn't be marrying her in the first place.
She has to understand, as my wife, how much that would mean to me.
Exactly.
This day is about both of us.
And ideally be a big enough fan that she's right there with you.
I'd like to be 100% in on the wedding. I don't want to be 50% in.
Exactly.
If I'm over here trying to figure out if the Browns are up by a score, down by a score, these are things. If it's a regular season game, no worries.
Yeah.
But if it's a Super Bowl?
AFC Championship, maybe?
Ooh, even that's, but now we're pushing it. Now we're pushing it.
Because the Browns never really get there.
Exactly.
Wasn't that a great Riot clip? While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.